Hello everyone and welcome back to the main channel. Today we're back filming another video. Woohoo! So the last video on this channel was an extract from my Frogstone interview as part of the Blue Box Files podcast. So I interviewed her on my third channel, The Weird Side, all about her career, but because she mentioned she was involved with Doctor Who, I thought I would ask a question about her in Doctor Who. So it was really interesting. I thought, oh, really make a really good extract, smaller edition of the Blue Box Files. The next day, I chopped it together. I did that, because like I did on the Oxygen Productions, where I had them record an extra, or there was a question I really liked, so I put it in the clip. It was like that. But this was a small extract because it was like a few bits and bobs, not just like one something. Now, today we are back reviewing something that I'm slightly behind on because he announced the third edition very recently. It is Once and Future. This is the very first one, written by the absolutely incredible Robert Valentine. Was this Robert Valentine's idea, or was this idea inspired by, did Russell T Davies wander about and say something to him to say, right, we're doing this with a TV series. This is the area we're going for, this is the TV. Would you be able to plant the idea in the fans' heads that this type of thing is possible? Here's why, so can you selection of stories that demonstrate why this is possible. What I'm talking about is Degeneration, because this will be a spoiler review, so if you haven't heard it, you have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, anyone that hasn't heard it is not here anymore. People that have heard it are all here. So, one of those that must have happened because it's all about degeneration. So we've had Jodie Whittaker not degenerated series 10 per se as 10, but she's been generated into David as 14. So technically, I don't know whether you class the degeneration. It was mentioned in the story that Tom Baker, when he had become him, he wasn't the fourth Doctor Tom Baker. He was a new incarnation of Tom Baker, because he met Sarah Jane and was like, oh, you're here, and I went, oh, this isn't the same me. I've aged dramatically. I'm not the you knew. And that is fantastic, because you learn that you don't degenerate straight back into your old body, and you don't, in the memories weren't there. I quite liked how they do this in all of them. I've not heard any of the others, but the second one, we've got Jenny and one of the other Doctors, I can't remember which one, sorry. But that's the thing, we've got people that you want to see together. So the last time we saw Tom Baker interacting in anything unit related, New Who wise, was when he was a curator in the 50th anniversary. The reason why I say unit wise is because the Gallifrey Falls No More painting was attached to unit for quite some time. So it's interesting to hear that the way the Osgood, the way Kate Lethbridge Stewart, the way the monk all reacts to the Fourth Doctor. Now, to Tom Baker, sorry. Now, Sadie Miller, again, does a fantastic job with portraying Elizabeth Sladen. And Tom Baker does a fantastic job as always. I've never not heard an audio where Tom Baker hasn't done a fantastic job. I've not really heard much of Rufus Hound as the monk, the Medallion Monk. So I was pleasantly surprised, because the last time I heard Rufus Hound in anything was his comedy. So I hadn't really heard him in a dramatic sense. So I was pleasantly surprised. He's a fantastic actor. Well done, Rufus, if you're listening or watching this. Why would you be listening to it while you might be in another room whilst someone else is watching this? I thought, oh. So I really enjoyed it. It's a unique concept that might be linked to the TV show. Who knows? Once and future. Where's the once bit? I don't get the title, because is it the Doctor degenerating into an older body, but he's still the same age than he was in the first body? I don't know. That must be the case. But this is one way to celebrate the 60th. So I know that when you want to celebrate the 60th anniversary, everyone does it differently. So we've got Doctor Who, the TV version, doing it on TV, but Big Finish doing this on the lead up to the TV stuff. We've got fan productions like DD 2012 doing the 60th anniversary. We might have some stuff from this channel doing 60th anniversary. We've already celebrated it in a different way by not directly saying it's the 60th anniversary, happy birthday. But what we've done is we made the John Conway, the Man Who Was Doctor Who documentary. So with this audio, I'm gonna say episode, because it's like moves on, because the end of the episode or the end of the story led into the next one, which I will be listening to very shortly. So my overall thought is that when you listen to Big Finish, you always get drawn in to it, and you don't want to leave. So I, since listening to this, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I only finished listening to it just before I press record. It's gripping. It's exciting. And because they go into the Black Archive, and because we see the Black Archive on TV, I can have a clear visual image of what Osgood and Kit Lethbridge-Stewart look like in the Black Archive. Now, people are thinking that Osgood will return in TV. If I'm not mistaken, Missy killed her, so she won't be able to come back in TV. Or is she really dead? Who knows? Someone might be able to come and send down below if my theory is correct. So I really loved it. It's got all the excitement of the TV series, with the added extras that they could do a lot more than the TV can, because they haven't got it's audio, so you could do a lot more, so that its sound design is on point as always. Robert Valentine's writing can never be rubbish. It's just incredible every single time. One thing I don't like about Past Lives was that it's just, I don't know how to explain this. I think the fact that he had no memory, the only bit I didn't talk about, it was away with it just a few seconds, but I just didn't like that bit for a very small second. So if there was an error with the camera, I'm not too sure. I was looking in the viewfinder for a second and I had froze. Sorry if there was an error there. Sorry, I don't know if there was, but sorry, it was. So I need something, so I'm now. I really loved it. There's nothing more you can say without spoiling it, right? Elizabeth, Sadie Miller did a fantastic job as Sarah Jane. Sarah Jane's character in this, I don't know if it was the Sarah Jane that we met in Tom Baker's era and John Pertwee's era, or is it modern Sarah Jane? Because canonised in modern Doctor Who, New Who Sarah Jane was, because we wanted to move the story on character-wise for the others. Madam and Road, we had to sadly let go of Sarah Jane because of the sad passing of Sarah Jane, Elizabeth Slint. So we had that whole funeral short story on YouTube, which was incredible, by Ted Russell. And we've had the fantastic New Bannerman Road series, which I'm in the middle of listening to. I got distracted by other audios, as you can tell. And so, what type of Sarah Jane is? They never explained, but the monk did pick her up. So it must mean that she's not the most up-to-date version of the character, because sadly, if we're saying that the funeral episode on YouTube, the short story, Farewell Sarah Jane, that's it. If we're saying that that's canon, then where does that Sarah Jane come in the timeline with all the other Sarah Jane? With all the other bits and bobs? Because it's technically set in modern times, because why else would you have Kate Lethbridge, Stewart, and Osgood knocking about at Uni HQ if it wasn't any other time? Because other times you could have Barbara, the Brigadier Barbara, or you could have Nicholas Courtney. Yeah, the names escaped me for a brief second. So, who knows? I loved it. I know I've said this quite a few times. I loved it. It was engaging. It was the best bit for me was when they first walked into Black Archive. The second best bit was when Rufus Hammond was there. Anytime the monk was talking about. And I do think Tom Baker did an excellent job. Now this is second further reviewed Big Finish, so I do apologise if the review is not as in detail as you want. I'm learning the best ways to review audio without spoiling it and without giving anything away and trying to explain what's going on, giving my thoughts. So I am going to be learning, so all my reviews I do from now until forever, I will be learning, so each Big Finish review will be slightly better than the previous. So the first one, and it might have not been amazing, this one will be ever so slightly better, the next one might be better, and the better and better. Who knows? Who knows? But would I recommend Was the Future Past Lives? Oh boy, I would. If you haven't already heard it, go and listen to it now. It's incredible. Happy 60 years for Doctor Who. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. 60 years of the Blue Peter badge as well. See, the Blue Peter badge must have started at the same time as Doctor Who. Because Blue Peter itself is in its late 70s. Hey guys watching. If you have any suggestions on how we can make these reviews better, or Big Finish wise, let me know in the comment section down below. And what do you think of Once in the Future? Also let me know in the comment section down below. Hey guys watching. Time out. Bye. I'm gonna walk that way.